Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome students in our next video pod. In this one, it's a continuation again for NAFIS preparations, and we are gonna cover in this video tutorial learning outcome number 2, and we will cover indicator number 2 as well. Let's see what is indicator is. So the indicator is eliciting the main and sub ideas, main idea of a text, sub idea of a text, and deducing it could be one of the of its paragraphs. Deducing the main intent, the intent is not directly mentioned, and this intent leads to a series of argumentative sentences. So the author will have a main intent in the passage or the paragraph, and then with that intent, there will be a series of argumentative sentences. And finally, we will identify the prominent elements in the text, such as time, place, characters, and events. So let's now do all of the things, all of the key points of the indicator one by one. All right, here we go with first the main idea. The main idea of any text is the central point. The central point means the most important point or the concept of the text that is the author is trying to communicate. So it sums up what the text is mostly about. So the most repeated idea in any text is the main idea of the text. All right, so moving on to the sub ideas now. Sub idea is basically the supporting details. So they are the supporting details or supporting points or the other details that explain. So they do the function of explaining, clarifying, or providing evidence, and they provide the evidence for the main idea. So all the supporting points or the details that explain, clarify, and provide evidence, we can call them, they are the sub ideas in any text. All right, now we are going to do one of the reading passage, and from the reading passage, we will try to determine the main idea and sub ideas. Many people are switching to electric cars because they are better for the environment and cost less to operate. Electric cars produce no pollution while driving, which helps reduce air pollution in cities. Additionally, they are cheaper to charge than filling a gas tank, saving money in the long run. However, electric cars can be expensive to buy, and charging stations are not available everywhere, which makes it hard for some people to switch. Okay, now let's start with the question. What is the main idea of the text? Or what is the most repeated idea in the text? A. Electric cars are expensive to buy. B. Many people are choosing electric cars because they are better for the environment and cost less to operate. And C. Charging stations for electric cars are everywhere. And gas-powered cars are cheaper to use than electric cars. If we look at the main idea, as a main idea, if you see the whole text talks about many people are using these cars because they are better for the environment. Other paragraphs are like supportive, could be the supporting paragraphs, but they cannot be the main idea. The main idea is that the electric cars are used by a lot of people because they are environment friendly and they are better and cost less to operate. Most of the times, sentence number one, the first sentence contains the main idea of the paragraph. For example, if you see here, many people are switching to electric cars because they are better for the environment and cost less to operate. This is the main idea. So the sub ideas are how electric cars produce no pollution. This is one of the benefits of using electric cars, and this could be a sub idea. However, the main idea is that many people are switching to electric cars. And if you see here, all the other information is actually supporting the main idea. Now let's have another question and analyze what kind of question is this. So the nature of the question, what is one reason why electric cars are good for the environment? When you try to answer this question, a lot of things will clear for you. For example here, they use less gas, option A. Option B, they produce no pollution while driving. C, they are cheaper to buy than gas-powered cars. And D, they need fewer repairs. Now let's get back to the text to answer this question and the type of question as well. So here in the text you can see here uh, the second part, electric cars produce no pollution while driving, which help reduce air pollution in cities. That means they are environment friendly. And this is, do we consider this the main idea? No, we cannot consider it the main idea. This is supporting the main idea. So any idea except the main idea that's supporting the main idea is. So the answer to this question will be they produce less pollution while driving. And this kind of question is, or this kind of idea that supporting the main idea is called sub idea. So we concluded that this is a sub idea of the passage, one of the supporting details. Okay, now let's move on to the second part of our learning indicator. This second part said deducing the main intent. When we deduce, it's not straightly mentioned. So we have to understand what it is. And then and this intent is going to lead to a series of events, a series of argumentative sentences. Let's apply this thing here. Let's determine what is deducing the main intent. This involves determining the author's purpose or primary message. What is the primary message or author's purpose? Main intent, primary message of the author, and understanding how it sets up logical arguments or reasoning within the text. The main intent serves as the foundation for the arguments presented. So we are going to have two things first. We are going to have the main intent, and then there will be a series of other information. There will be a series of other details that will be that will use logical arguments and reasoning in the text, and they will be argumentative in nature. Now, if you see the text in the bottom here, that's going to help us understand. Deforestation in the Amazon must be stopped. It destroys habitats for countless species, accelerates climate change, and affects indigenous communities who rely on the forests. Governments should enforce stricter environmental laws and individuals should support sustainable practices. Let's see what is the author's intent here. The author's intent here is that people should stop cutting trees. Deforestation must be stopped. What it is, this is the author's intent. And then after that, what we have here, series of argumentative sentences. Now the author is giving arguments and reasons why it should be stopped because it destroys habitats for countless species. Other reasons that the author gives is accelerates climate change negatively and it affects the indigenous communities who rely on the forests. So all of these are logical arguments that are for the main intents.